Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk and welcome back to Shep Talk movie reviews. Before we get into that review though, a quick admin note. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload a video. Also, I am on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, so links will be down in the description down below. Now let's get to my review of The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee. The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee was directed by Dean Murphy and was also written by Dean Murphy and Robert Munn. The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee stars Paul Hogan, Olivia Newton-John, Chevy Chase, John Cleese, Wayne Knight, Rachel Carney, and a ton of other actors, and I do mean a ton. There are a lot of cameos in this movie. Quick synopsis. Paul Hogan just wants to have a peaceful retirement living in LA and talking to his granddaughter in Australia when his agent tells him the Queen of England wants to knight him for his achievement in comedy. Things start to spiral out of control for Paul as society looks to see what he has been up to. The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee came out on video on demand on July 17th, 2020. Though IMDb lists this as a comedy, and it is a comedy, this really falls into the vein of a mockumentary. We follow Mr. Hogan as he is just trying to live his life in retirement, but Hollywood wants to drag him into the spotlight, and even the Queen of England wants to give him a knighthood. The story is more following Paul Hogan in his fictional day-to-day life as his agent tells him the Queen wants to knight him and that a studio wants him to talk about reprising his role of Crocodile Dundee, and how it all starts to spiral out of control no matter what he does to try to fix things. The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee is one of those movies where it might be safer to go home and stay home and not answer the door or phone until things calm down. When Hogan goes to the studio to hear their pitch for a new Dundee movie, they pitch him a movie that they have already done before, and which I think almost everyone had forgotten about, Dundee in LA. I know I don't remember that movie, do you? And when they pitch having Will Smith join the cast as his son, needless to say, the pitches don't go over very well and leave a sour taste in everyone's mouth. Now, I'm not going to go into everything that happens throughout this movie, but I will have to say one of the funniest moments is having John Cleese playing himself as an Uber driver in LA. Just the way Hogan and Cleese play off each other is just really well done, and it is fun to watch. I thought the movie was solid. It wasn't anything groundbreaking, but it kept you engaged as you watch 80-year-old Paul Hogan just get beat up over and over again, and you feel for him as he's just trying to get things right or even put them back on track again. Paul Hogan is on point in this movie, be it him doing his comedy or action scenes. The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee shows us what we have been missing when it comes to Paul Hogan. I don't think we have really seen him on point in a lot of his later movies. Watching him now just brings back the nostalgia of those early movies. After watching The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee, I really wanted to put the first Crocodile Dundee movie on and make it a marathon night. Sadly, work in the morning would not let me do that. I wake up really early. And then there's the rest of the cast for this movie. Paul Hogan must have called in every favor he had with them to have them show up. I mentioned John Cleese earlier, showing up as an Uber driver, but he pulled in the cast of the Dundee movies to make appearances as well, all seeming to be still good friends after so many years have gone by. Again, don't know how true a lot of the stuff is in this movie. Even the actors can't really tell you where reality and fiction begin and end in this movie. But the cameos are nice, and a lot of them bring their comedic talent to shine in this movie, while others play the straight man to the comedy going on throughout this movie. Of course, in a movie like this, there really isn't many locations to be filmed at. Australia and LA are pretty much the two locations used throughout this movie. The cinematography really has that not low budget feel, but like a documentary feel to it, which is why I call this a mockumentary, because it feels like the scenes was filmed with a cameraman walking along with them. Not that it really takes away from the movie, but it is noticeable if you pay attention to that kind of thing. Overall, The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee is a very good movie and gives us a laugh that we are looking for. I've seen some of the other critics what they have to say and think about this movie, but I think is a little bit too harsh. For what it is trying to be, I think it is just a movie that is trying to be a fictional comedy movie focusing on the life of Paul Hogan as he makes his way through Hollywood today. I laughed throughout this movie, and it provided me a much needed break from all the other garbage that has been released this year. With all that being said, Shep Talk gives the Very Excellent Mr Dundee 3 Sheps out of 5. Guys, that is all I have time for today. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, check out some of the other videos over here. I'm sure you'll enjoy something in there just as well. But like I said, that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.